found them, we relieved them.
So it's a way for the government to raise money.
Deductions made on the employer's side and all remitted to the government.
Taxes. The mention of the word taxation is a reminder to individuals and business persons of their mandatory role of contribution to finance government activities and public services.
Taxes are eternal. We found them, we relieved them. Yeah?
So it's a way for the government to raise money in order to better serve its people.
My perspective of taxes is spending part of your revenue as a business to give it to the government.
As a HR professional, what also comes to mind is now statutories as well. So the deductions that are made from the employee side and the deductions made on the employer's side and all remitted to the government.
In every fiscal year, the Kenya Revenue Authority, KRA, collects taxes directly or indirectly from the citizens through different ways, such as pay-as-you-earn, payee, domestic value-added tax, rental income tax, among others.
The taxes are collected from our incomes. It's collected from charging licenses. Taxing businesses' revenues through VAT. When we go to the shop to buy something, there's some taxes we pay there. When I buy a car, there's some taxes to pay there.
Because of this, it is the expectation of each taxpayer to receive top-notch services from the government after contributing from their hard-earned money.
So taxes actually ultimately should go into helping the citizenry through public services.
The more efficiently they collect tax, the better the service we expect from the government.
In businesses, value-added tax, VAT, is one of the taxes that businesses expecting to make taxable supplies of over 5 million in a 12-month period are obligated to comply with.
For businesses, there is a threshold that you need to meet to be VAT compliant.
VAT obligated taxpayers at the time, or currently, are taxpayers who've hit a cumulative turnover of 5 million shillings. So that's something that you could hit in your first year of business, your third year, your fifth year of business, for example.
To ensure that all businesses are issuing valid tax invoices, KRA introduced electronic management systems, eTIMS, in 2023, targeting VAT and non-VAT obligated taxpayers.
eTIMS as a policy was published by KRA in January 2023. And this was based off experiences in other countries where they were starting to digitize the whole process of collecting tax information in real time.
The ETR and TIMS machines focus largely on VAT taxpayers, whereas eTIMS focuses on both VAT and non-VAT taxpayers. So basically, previously the VAT taxpayers were around 250,000. With eTIMS now, it's potentially millions of taxpayers that have been brought into this tax bracket.
The adoption of the new technology by KRA came with its own share of challenges. Business owners complained of lack of adequate knowledge in the transition journey to eTIMS.
It was a mixed bag of emotions. Why? Because one, they don't issue the systems in and of itself, the analog computerized systems that we use to be compliant with eTIMS. You have to get it from different providers.
A lot of people, especially the non-VAT taxpayers, maybe some of them have never filed taxes before. So some of the questions people ask is, okay, fine, if I get onto eTIMS, what happens next?
Many companies saw this as maybe late timelines. They did not have an adequate amount of time to register or maybe learn as much about the system, because the problem that we are facing the most is sensitization and awareness. Not very many people know about how to be eTIMS compliant.
The business people might not have the understanding or the knowledge of how the technology works. Because on the one side, KRA says by rolling out eTIMS, they'll be able to collect taxes better using this particular technology. But in any technology rollout, there are certain steps that are useful to follow.
To make tax collection a seamless process for business owners, Ken Wanjau, the founder and CEO of Digitax, outlined some of the steps that could be applied to make eTIMS less mystical to the users.
So in terms of making it more more knowledgeable or applicable to the tax base? I think it's three things. So the first one I think is really a lot of education. What is e-Teams, who's impacted by it, and then the second is helping people on board. So how do you onboard? Right now there are very many options or ways to onboard. As I mentioned, you have everything from USSD to integrating with complex systems. So it's a question of how do you onboard, making that process as easy as possible, and a lot of work has been done in that regard. And then thirdly is just really the constant education and information and knowledge sharing with taxpayers.
Technology continues to redefine different sectors, including the business industry. It is therefore advisable to uphold technology and enjoy the benefits that comes with integrating technology in our day-to-day lives.
So right now we're seeing trends in things like artificial intelligence. Maybe we'll get to a point where you have an AI tool that you can tell, just issue for me that tax invoice. And so for the businesses, it's an advantage to be able to have technology doing as much of the processes required. It issues an invoices, sends out an email to the customer automatically.
Actually, with e-Teams, for very many businesses, it's probably the first big technology change they've had to do.
They say, to whom much is given, much is expected, and therefore to the government, and more so the exchequer,
use the money wisely. We need to be able to see changes. We need to be able to see improvements in the country, in the government, in Kenya as a whole, and this is in the different counties.
So at this moment, I would say we are not at the position where we can confidently say that our taxes are being used in the most adequate ways. We are not in a position to feel confident about where our money goes.
When businesses see their taxes being put to good use, they will be willing to actually pay more taxes. I've had instances in other countries where taxes are up to 60%, but you can see the value add. Health is free, education is free, the roads are working, traffic lights are working, there are no potholes in the roads. So my message is, if the taxes can be used well, and we see that in our lives, people will not be shy about paying taxes. We'll happily pay our taxes, even high taxes, knowing that we're getting value add.